First, Michael Waldman. He's president of Brennan Center for Justice at New York University, also a former speechwriter for President Clinton. Sir, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. Your thoughts on the speech, the inauguration speech, which we just heard, the inaugural address, and what you believe might be lasting and, if possible, historic.
It was a very strong speech. And one of the things that was striking was the normalcy of a very moving ceremony and the way he spoke about democracy as enduring and saying, as presidents so often do in these inaugurals, that we are all united. And he spoke about our uncivil war is over. A very far cry from the description of American carnage that his predecessor said 4 years ago. It was also striking that he drew some sharp lines and in ways that were not always expected. He talked about white supremacy as a virus that the country faced. He focused on truth and people who pervade lies. Plainly, he meant about the election, but I think far beyond that. So there were some battle lines drawn as well. But I think a unifying speech is sort of a classic. You know, there's a lot of repetition in these speeches, but even things that might be hokey or banal take on an edge when they're uttered in a crisis by a new president.
You know, we heard during a 21-minute inaugural the word unity 8 times, democracy 11 times, love 8 times, heal 3 times, challenge and challenges 8 times. It is a time-honored tradition that everyone speaks of unity. We are in a period of decided disunity, and talking about it and getting it done are two different things. To what degree do you believe the tone that's set and the words that are used can help be a self-fulfilling prophecy?
I think very often there is a follow-on from the tone of these inaugurals. There was for President Trump. There should be for President Biden. People are expecting from him a lot of things that are hard, given the crises we face, given COVID, given the economy, given the demands for racial justice, and given the fact that he delivered the speech, as he said, on the very spot where 2 weeks before there was an insurrection, a violent insurrection against our democracy. People want action, and that requires some rough and tumble politics always, and they want unity. And those two things don't always, come together. But I get a sense, at least as I was watching and finding myself moved by a really well done ceremony overall, I thought, given the circumstances, sort of a sigh of relief, a little bit of exhaling that we may have some normal politics. People will fight over tax rates and they'll fight over contentious social issues, but perhaps we won't have the demonization and the existential threat to our democracy that we've seen certainly in recent weeks.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.